FlossTube. I'm Annie and I am the Proper Stitcher, and welcome to episode number 39. If this is your first time joining me, welcome. I'm so glad you came by today. This is a channel where I like to talk about cross stitch and quilting and hopefully give you some inspiration to fully finish your projects. What I was finding with my friends in the cross stitch and quilting community is that we often put so much pressure on ourselves to be perfect. And that translates into we have a fear of finishing our projects because we often compare ourselves to Instagrammers, to FlossTubers, to professional finishers, that we just have a fear of finishing our projects. I'm here to remove that fear, hopefully tell you that just practice. Just the more you finish, the more comfortable you are with the process and the more enjoyable it will become to you. So welcome. Please like my videos. Please subscribe to my channel and please ring the bell and you'll get notifications of when I upload new videos. And if you are returning to my channel, thank you so much for your continued support, for your love, for your comments, for your messages. I really do appreciate it. I read each and every email and comment that I get. Hopefully I have responded to all of you. I definitely have liked or given you a little emoji letting you know that I've read your comment, but I do try to respond to each and every one of you. A little bit of a life update. As you all know from my last video from about 4 weeks ago, my mother-in-law was towards the end of her life, and so we wanted to just focus on her, come together as a family. So that meant that I dropped everything. I put aside my cross stitch, I put aside my FlossTube, my Instagram, everything, because we wanted to surround my mother-in-law with love and prayer and comfort in her final days. So I appreciate you all giving me that time and that opportunity to be with my family and to be with my mother-in-law. She was a wonderful, wonderful woman. I was very close with her. I love her dearly and I miss her every day. But I am so glad that we were able to be with her in her final days. So I don't want this episode to be about all of that, but I do want to thank you all for your kind emails, your kind comments, your messages, your cards, all of the things I've received. I really cannot tell you how much they mean to me. You all are the best community. I have the best viewers. I have the best friends on FlossTube, and thank you so much. They were very much appreciated, not only by me, but by my family. I told my family every time I got a comment from you all, and they just thought that that was just so sweet and so kind. And so thank you so much for doing that. This video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to try not to make it too long, but as you can imagine, 4 weeks of not coming to you, I have some projects to share. I have some haul to share. I have just lots of updates to give to you. So what I thought we would do is just go through those updates. I have some notes. I have stuff everywhere. I have tried to make this as organized as possible, but I cannot promise that this will go off without a hitch. So be patient with me. What I thought we would do is, as I go through each thing, I am going to insert some photos to kind of give you a reference of what I'm talking about. So as you can see, I have Valentine's Day up. I decided to take down Christmas since the Christmas season is over. Unfortunately, I did not get to do all the wonderful things that I had planned for you all for Christmas. I had a holiday home tour that I wanted to do. I had like a pajama type party to do and go through ornaments and just so many different Christmas ideas. And I just needed to prioritize my time, and that got off the table. So there's always next year. So thank you so much for understanding that. But I decided to go ahead and instead of decorating for winter, I went ahead and pulled out my Valentine's items because I had more of those to display. So I put up some Valentine's decorations. It's still a work in progress, but I wanted to keep a little winter greenery and some red. And so that is what you see behind me. And it was so much fun to pull all that out. So I have a few Valentine's Day things to share with you. Have some finishes to share with you, and I wanted to go over some of the whips that I have, and then my haul, and my gifts that I received. And also, I want to celebrate our 7,000 subscriber mark that we hit. I have a lot of fun giveaways for you and some giveaways from last time. So grab a pen and paper like I always say, and let's get started. Now, when I last saw you, it was on a Friday. I believe it was Friday, December the 11th. And the next day I was on my way to Johnson City to Cross Stitching Crafts. Sandra and Amy invited me up for a meet and greet, and that was so much fun. I have never done that before, and I've gone to Cross Stitching Crafts often, and they're my favorite store I go to. They're my local LNS, even though they are an hour and 40 minutes from Knoxville. But I enjoy going to that store. I order from that store often, and I go and visit in person about 4 times a year. So they wanted to do a meet and greet because we have where their store is located. They're in the Upper East Tennessee corner. So they're about 30 minutes from North Carolina, 30 minutes from Virginia. So it's a great little hub where a lot of people can come and visit. And unfortunately, the weather wasn't great that day, but we still had a good turnout. And I am going to insert some photos from that day. We had a lot of fun shopping and meeting people, meeting other floss tubers. It was just so much fun. Amy and Sandra were the best hostesses, and I really enjoyed getting to meet and getting to know some of the ladies that live and shop at that store regularly. And I hope to be able to go back up in the spring and summer. And often they have Saturdays where people just come and sit and stitch. And so even if I just go and hang out with them, I mean, it's just an hour and 40 minutes away. That's nothing to go and just hang out with friends and stitch. So what I'm going to do is insert some photos here from that Saturday of the meet and greet. And then when I come back, I'm going to share with you some more Christmas updates that I did over the holiday. So enjoy these photos of Cross Stitching Crafts in Johnson City. So as you can see, that was a lot of fun. A lot of fun with Sandra and with Amy. And what I did is I made some floss drops and some scissor fobs. And I made little baggies. And everyone that attended that day, I gave them a little treat of floss drops and a scissor fob, and that was so much fun. Thank you all for watching the floss drop tutorial that I posted. I have some giveaways today that are related to that tutorial. If you missed it, that was FlossTube number 38 was the scissor fob tutorial. And I promised to update you all with a blog photo tutorial, and I still intend to do that. I just need to have someone take the photos for me because it's hard to make something and take the photos of yourself making it. So I will have those hopefully on my blog soon. So any information I share with y'all today, I'm going to also include it in the show notes below. So my blog is theproperstitcher.com. My email is theproperstitcher@gmail.com. You can also find me on Instagram, and I have a Facebook page. So all of that information will be below. So Cross Stitching Crafts, I'll have their address listed below, and their Facebook page and their website. They are a great store. If you need to order anything, give Amy a call. She is so fast with shipping things out. They always have a really good selection of linen and of floss. So, and then of course all of the patterns, but they are wonderful with how quickly they get things out and in the mail to you. So let's jump right in. What do I want to share with you next? Also, excuse me, I'm talking too fast. As you can tell, when you don't do this every week, like when you're in a habit of doing this and then you come back after 4 weeks, it's like it's my first time doing this. I'm so sorry. I've been nervous about doing this video all day. It's been on my mind all week. It's like, I haven't done this in so long. I hope I can do it. So, excuse me. Let me take a quick drink of my tea. The next day after my meet and greet, which was a Saturday, on Sunday, the 12th, Becca with SamBrie Stitches, who is a floss tuber and an Instagrammer, she does wonderful interviews with other floss tubers, and she asked to do an interview with me. And we recorded the interview early in the month of December, and she aired it or posted it on FlossTube on December the 12th. I'm going to link that video below if you missed it. So much fun. She asked me some really personal questions, and hopefully it gives you an idea a little bit more about me. If you have any questions about me, or wondering about things that started my floss tube and started me with cross stitching. But Becca is a wonderful floss tuber herself. She does beautiful projects, always has fun displays behind her, and I just enjoyed getting to talk to her and getting to know her. I felt like she was a friend. I felt like I met another new friend on FlossTube. So check out her channel and that interview. I'll link it both below for you. And again, it's SamBrie, B-R-I-E, Stitches. And she can be found on FlossTube. So check her out. Another thing that we did during Christmas is we really wanted the holiday to seem normal to my children. They both had birthdays during the winter break. My daughter turned 18 on the 23rd. My son turned 16 on January 4th. So both really big birthdays, and they were both very close to their grandmother, my mother-in-law. So obviously it was a pretty hard and sad time for us, but we wanted to keep things normal, keep our traditions going. We wanted it to be a happy time. And so my sister-in-law, my husband's sister, she came in town. Her name's Jennifer, and she comes in town every year for Christmas, and she comes in town often. She lives in North Carolina. So we had our second annual ugly Christmas sweater dinner. And I've told y'all about this before, where we started this last year. We dress up in ugly Christmas sweaters, and you can either make your Christmas sweater or you can buy it, and we go to dinner. Some people are very shocked that we go out in public dressed the way we do, but what fun would it be if we wore our ugly Christmas sweaters and stayed at home, right? So we dress up in our ugly Christmas sweaters, and then we go to dinner, same restaurant, make our reservations, and have the best time. It's always on the 22nd of December. My daughter's birthday is the 23rd. So the 22nd is our dinner. The 23rd is her birthday. So it kind of kickstarts the whole weekend going into Christmas. So we went to dinner, so much fun, so silly. My sister-in-law participated for the first time this year, which I was so glad that she did. And I'm going to insert some photos, but it was a lot of fun, and we had some people want to take their picture with us. I think it's fun for people to see, I think it's fun for people to see people behaving silly, but it's just in good fun, good humor. And if you're having a bad day, or if you're down, to see a group of people dressed like a ridiculous bunch that we were, and to know that you can still have fun. And I just love this new tradition that we started last year. So I'm going to insert those photos here so you can see us looking like crazy people going out to dinner. So enjoy these photos. So those are some of the fun Christmas traditions that we do in my house. Hopefully you don't think any less of me, but it was fun. So, okay, let's get into cross stitch. I'm 13 minutes into the video, haven't shared one stitch with you. So let's do that right now. I am going to share with you, and I've got stuff everywhere. So like I said, bear with me. I want to share with you my whips right now and a couple of the finishes that I have. So hold on one second. Oh, and before I forget, hold on, I'm trying to keep everything from falling. I had a couple of you ask me about, in my previous videos and in my previous finishes, I shared with y'all my dough bowl that I have on my coffee table, and it has ornaments in it of the 12 days of Christmas. And some of you were asking who the designer was. Well, it's a local designer from Knoxville, Tennessee, and I don't know if these can still be found. I could not find them anywhere. I did a quick Google search and found a couple on Etsy, but let me show it to you. The name of the designer is called the Marking Sampler, and it's called the 12 Days of Christmas. And here is the set. And I'm going to go ahead and insert another photo here so you can see the reference of my dough bowl with these ornaments. But I bought these probably in 2011, and they came in they were all different pieces, and I bought the whole set at one time, and I am not sure if they are still available, but it's a Christmas collection. Is what it says. You can see here it says a Christmas collection, and they're all 12 pieces in one set. But it is the 12 Days of Christmas, the Marking Sampler. I'm going to show you a close-up of this here, and I'll put all this information below. I do not know if she is still available. I will try to email her. But the email is darlene@themarkingsampler.com. Her website, I checked it, but it didn't seem to be active. themarkingsampler.com. These just may be so old, she may not be in business anymore. But I will definitely email her and see. But it took me a couple of days to find this set. I had it in storage. And so I wanted to share that with you because a lot of you had asked me about that design. There are so many 12 Days of Christmas patterns available. A lot of different designers have them. You can easily do something similar with other patterns and other designers. And if it's a one big set, you can easily, I like to pull little motifs out and make smaller pieces. You'll hear me talk about that a lot. So if you find a pattern and it's one big piece, just look at it, chunk it out. Look at it as you can pull smaller pieces out. So wanted to share that with you before I forgot. So, okay, I did have a finish, and I'm so excited about this finish because it's been with me for a long time. So many of you have been following along with me, and you know, I love it when I finish a pattern because that means I get to empty a bag and fill it with another piece. I get to add something else to my whip list, which we all know I don't need any more whips. But I finished 'Tis the Season by Blackbird Designs. This is the pattern, 'Tis the Season. And it is in the Home for the Holidays book. This book is still available. You can still order it from your local needle workshop. You can order it from 123 Stitch. Lots of shops on Etsy. Lots of different designs in this. I love this book. I love all of the Blackbird books. But 'Tis the Season, and here it is. I'm so excited to show this to y'all. Okay. So I've been stitching this since March. And I had a love-hate relationship with it at first, but then I got in a rhythm, and I'll tell you what I did. Okay, so here it is. Let me hold it right here. So this is a great size. I love it. I love that it's rectangular. I want to show you this up close, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about it. I decided to do the words in French, and it says, "'Tis the season to be jolly," in French. Do not ask me to speak French because I cannot. But I decided to stitch the words in French. The pattern has both ways. You can stitch it in French, you can stitch it in English. But here it is. And I love this fabric. I opted to go with 32 count, picture this plus Valor with a V. And I liked the green modeling, excuse me. I liked the green modeling on this. I thought that it just popped with all of these colors, and it gave it so much dimension. My new favorite fabric, the Picture This Plus. I ended up getting the comparable pink and blue fabric. The pink, I believe, is called Truffle, and the blue is called Stormy Night. I'll pull those out and show it to you all next time. But I think the modeling on the pink and the blue, it's just as beautiful. Let me go over this with you bit by bit. So I decided to use the called for Bellasfoy Classic Colorwork silks. And I learned some things along the way. The reason I said I had a love-hate relationship with it was because I get really dry hands and my fingertips get dry and chapped, and it was pulling on the silk thread. And so every time I would stitch, I kept having to re-thread my needle because it would get snagged and hung on my fingernails. So I found this product, and it's called Gloves in a Bottle. And it is a lotion for, it's non-greasy, but it's a lotion for obviously dry, cracked hands, but it is wonderful for needle workers, for embroiderers, for cross stitchers. And I buy this at Cross Stitching Crafts in Johnson City. It comes in a tube, it also comes in a pump, but it's non-greasy, it's hyperallergenic, it's dermatologist prescribed, it is wonderful, and it does not get on your linen, it doesn't get on your thread or your floss or make any spots on your material, and it absorbs very quickly, and it works. So when I found this, and when I found Q-snaps for the first time, I was able to go a lot faster. So I enjoyed this project so much. Because it was on 32 count, I used 2 strands of floss over 2 threads. So 2 over 2, and I love it. Somebody asked me why I put the date here. That's what the pattern showed. The pattern showed it on the side. I think I saw someone stitch this on Instagram and they moved the date to the bottom. I like it on the side. It kind of tucks it away, but it's beautiful. I used all the called for colors. The cardinal's lovely. All those berries. So much fun to stitch. I hope you stitch it too. Just a lot of fun. So that is 'Tis the Season, can still be found in the Home for the Holidays book, Blackbird Designs. So that was finish number 1. Felt so good. I love having a finish, especially when it's a memento piece like that. It just gives you that feeling of accomplishment. Definitely going to have that one professionally framed. Don't trust myself to frame that one. So professionally framed. And I really should have taken it to the framers about a week ago, but I wanted to share it with you all live and in person. So tomorrow it's going to the framers. Okay. I am so sorry I keep drinking tea, but I have a tickle in my throat and I have to talk a lot today. So I finished just a quick stitch, a JBW Designs French Country and Muir, and I wanted to do another Valentine's Day piece. So I had this in my stash and I stitched it up in one afternoon. Did not take me long at all, but here it is. I just love Judy's designs, JBW Designs. Y'all have heard me talk about it before. She just has a way of including these little motifs, and when you step back and look at it, it makes one big motif, and I just love it. This one has the heart and the bow and the key, another heart and a basket. Just so beautiful. So what I did, this one is, it calls for, you could use Weeks Dye Works Begonia or DMC 3350. Well, I didn't have either of those, but I had Clay Pot, which is a classic Colorworks color. So this is what I used, and I loved how soft pink mauve color that is, and the variegation was beautiful. So I used Clay Pot, and I stitched it on Luminous Fiber Arts 28 count. I had a fat quarter of this. This is 28 count Lugana. The color is Salted Caramel. So you can see I have this beautiful salted caramel, which is kind of a very soft, almost a soft pink in itself. So I stitched this up, no time at all, 2 over 2, beautiful. And then my friend Kim with Stitch Etc. sent me a paddle, a white wooden board. And so I'm going to finish this on this wooden board, and that's going to be a tutorial. I'm going to film the tutorial of me finishing this piece here in a few days, so you can see how I finish on one of Kim's paddles, on one of her boards. Stitch Etc. She is one of my dear friends, Kim Gavlik, her daughter Ashley Day. They make wonderful hand-cut wooden products. They sand it, paint it, and these are great for mounting your cross-stitch pieces. So I wanted a white board because I have something in mind of how I want to finish this. So look out for that video. I'm going to show you how I finish it, and I can't wait to share that with you. So that is another finish that I have. I will link Kim's Facebook page below with Stitch Etc. How she has her ordering set up is you join her Facebook page, or if you don't have Facebook, you can email her. I'll list that below as well. And she can email you all of her inventory, and you just order directly through them. They send you PayPal and they ship everything to you right away. Perfect packaging, gets to you very quickly and very professionally. She has so many colors available. So thank you, Judy, for a wonderful design, and thank you, Kim, for the board. I can't wait to finish it. So I have some stitch alongs that I am working on, And another video I am going to do within the next few days, I am calling this year the year of stitch-alongs. I have stitch-alongs with FlossTubers. I have stitch-alongs that I'm doing with Instagrammers. I have stitch-alongs I'm doing with Fat Quarter Shop and with Caterpillar Cross Stitch. So I have enough stitch-alongs that I need to break it down and make it a little bit more streamlined for you all. So I'm going to do a separate video just talking about stitch-alongs. I'm going to do a separate blog post just talking about stitch-alongs. But I wanted to show you some of the whips with the stitch-alongs that I'm doing currently. I love all of the stitch-alongs. I am bad about wanting to do all the things and stitch all the things. So that's why I have a lot of whips and why I have a lot of stitch-alongs. So this one is the longest stitch-along that I have, and it is with my friend Artie, who is the Vintage Stitcher. She can be found on Instagram and on YouTube. So here is the project that we are doing. It is called A Quaker Christmas, and it is by Bygone Stitches. This is something that we started back in June, but this is a stitch along that you can join anytime. There is really no start or end date. Even though I wanted to be done by now, I'm not done by now. Life happens, and it was a little bit bigger than I expected, but I am enjoying every single stitch of it. I like it so much that I did start a Quaker sampler history series that I am doing. I've missed the last few months. In January, hopefully I'll get started back into posting more of those videos. But here is my progress on A Quaker Christmas. So here it is. When I last shared this with you, I did not have this done up here at the top. I didn't have some of these smaller ones done. And then I have made my way down to this corner. So I've started on the words Christmas. The reason I wanted to come down here is I am off a stitch somewhere in here, and I wanted to go ahead and get down to the border and make sure that I had it in a straight line, because with these motifs going all the way up on a straight edge to the corner or to the edges, I wanted to make sure that it was going to meet up. So this is being stitched on 36 count cream Edinburgh linen. And I am stitching one strand of floss over two. So let me show it to you again. So I really, really love this design for a lot of different reasons. One, I've talked about how you can break this up and chunk it out and do little motifs, like focus on one motif a day or a week or a couple of days. Or you can do, if you don't want to do the whole piece, pull out a few motifs and make little ornaments with them. But what I love about this is that it has opened up my eyes to so many other types of designs, to Quaker history, to Quaker sampler history. And I am now stitching more samplers, more Quaker motifs, and larger pieces. And so I love that about stitch-alongs, how one, it's brought me a very close friendship with Artie, and with other people who are stitching this along the way. Some of you are just starting, some of you have finished. And so this is so much fun. So hopefully you will join us. These are the colors that I am using. I am using all of the called for Classic Color Works. I bought this back in 2017. So I just had everything ready to go. So I am using the Ye Olde Gold, Balsam Fir, and the red is Cupid. So not a lot of red or the gold. Mostly I am doing this in the green. And so many people are joining us. So I hope you can do that too. But this is a Quaker Christmas, Bygone Stitches. Some people are even stitching Quaker Christmas too. So much fun. And I will definitely make this one of my focal points coming up the next month. Okay, my next two stitch alongs I am doing with my friend Yoke on Instagram. I'm going to list everybody below, so if you want to follow along, you can find Yoke on Instagram, you can find Artie on Instagram, and on FlossTube. So, piggybacking off of A Quaker Christmas, Yoke was watching one of my videos on Quaker sampler history. And in one of my videos, I was showing a book that had this sampler in it. And this is IBG Anno. I'm probably not pronouncing that right. IBG ANNO 1859. And it is a Gregarian, it's a sampler from the Netherlands. Yoke is from the Netherlands. So this caught her attention. She started looking for this sampler. And I didn't even talk about this sampler in that video. She just zoomed in and saw this in the book that I was talking about. So she started looking and she found it. And this is from the Samplery. I will link her website below, an email, which is where we ordered this. The designer or the company is in Canada. So we ordered she decided she wanted to do this sampler. And I'm like, I don't want to miss a party. So I joined in with her. This is so much fun. It is definitely outside of my comfort zone. I am not going to lie. Let me show it to you. When I went to, we started this on January 3rd. So when I went to Johnson City for the meet and greet to Cross Stitch and Crafts, I told Amy that this is a design that I am going to be stitching. And she helped me find the perfect linen and floss color. So it's monochromatic. This is to go with the black samplers that people are stitching. I think Jacob with Modern Folk Embroidery started it, and everybody is on this bandwagon of stitching black samplers. So this is all monochromatic. So let me show it to you. Quit talking, Annie. Show it. Okay, so this is being stitched on 45 count. Never stitched on 45 count. 45 count Jersey Cream, which is from Legacy Linen. Legacy Linen is my new favorite. Beautiful colors, beautiful texture, very sturdy linen. Not stiff, but sturdy. But let me show it to you. So this is my start. This is all stitched over 3. I've never stitched over 3, ever. But this is stitched over 3, the border. The border is the only part stitched over 3. And it took me about 5 minutes to let my eyes first of all adjust to 45 count and then to adjust to stitching over 3. So maybe I'll set up my video and my magnifier so you can see how to stitch over 3. But let me get in a little bit closer for you. And it is so delicate and so beautiful that even though it's very, I have to really concentrate and really count. And counting is still hard for me. But there's something therapeutic about this one. It's beautiful. Let me show you where I am. I started right here. So in this border, you can see, here I am. I have not gotten very far. This took me probably about 2 hours to do that much. So I am right here. But that is, once I got in the rhythm of it, my eyes started adjusting and it wasn't that hard finding the holes to count over 3. It was following the pattern. That is difficult for me right now, following the pattern for the over 3. But the border is the only part that's over 3. The center section is all over 2. So I just wanted to get that border started, and then I'm going to jump in and do some motifs, go back and do the border, jump in and do some motifs. But this is beautiful. I absolutely love it. And what I want to show you is, look at this center motif, this big center motif with these people. It's just in that peacock. And there was another one. Oh, and these little ladies down here. Just, there's so much about this that I love. And what we really liked about it is, and again, if you go and follow my Quaker sampler videos, just there's a lot of mysteries around the motifs of the Quaker samplers. And this just seems to be in the same design, in the same fashion, even though they're not, we do not know if there's any correlation between the two, with this being in the Netherlands and the Quakers being in America and in the US and in England. But this was just so fascinating to me. And when Yoke said that she wanted to stitch it, I said I want to stitch it too. So we are having so much fun. So this is definitely one of my new favorites. It is, oh, I forgot to show you the color of the floss I'm using. So when I was up in Johnson City, and I said I want it to be black, a black floss. Sandra knows how much I love blue. And she said, look at this floss. It's a silk. And I wanted it to be silk. She said, look at this floss. This is, I don't know if you can see this, but this is a blue that is so dark that it has black in it. Let me pull this out for you. Maybe this will be easier. It's called Midnight. Let me pull it up and hopefully you can see this a little bit better. All right, so the blue is so dark. It is a dark, dark navy blue, and it has black highlights in it. Or maybe it's black with blue highlights. I don't know. But it's called Northern Lights Midnight. The number is 5. And it comes in these, just like MPI silks. But it is beautiful. Absolutely. Just, it's very luscious, very pretty, very feminine. So it kind of hits all those things for me. I love the linen. It's a challenge. I like the silk. I like the color. I love stitching with Yoke. She is so much fun to do stitch alongs with. So we have a hashtag. Can't remember it. Again, when I do my special video of stitch alongs, I'll have all those hashtags. I'll link it. I'll also put it below. I'll look it up and put it in the show notes below. But if you are interested in stitching this along with us, I will list the website of where I got the pattern. And if you're welcome to, please join us. It's so much fun and I love it. So that is one stitch along I'm doing. The other one I'm doing with Yoke is the Scarlet House Floral Motif Sampler. This one we've been doing for about a month now. And this one has so much, just so much diversity and so much, just so much interest to it. I love everything about it. Absolutely. Each little motif is a finish in itself. So I started up here. I usually start in the upper right corner or in the center. If it's a big piece, a big sampler, I'll start in the upper right corner. Smaller pieces, I usually start in the middle. Larger pieces, I'll start in the upper right corner. So I started up here. I really like the border. It's a simple border. For me, borders are tricky. One, counting. It is hard. And then the other reason is, for this one, I'm glad it's a simple border because it's so detailed on the inside. But all the colors, all of the little motifs, this is just so much fun. It keeps my interest going. Let me show you the colors. So I'm stitching this on 40 count, Picture This Plus Mallow. And it has a nice yellow tint to it. The border is very simple. It's stitched in black coffee. I'm using all of the called for Weeks and Gentle Color, arts. My favorite one so far, which isn't much because I only have a few, but look at this. This is cucumber is the green, and I believe the purple color is loganberry. those two colors together, oh, so pretty. So pretty. And that red, that pop of that red, that is, I'll show you in a second, Buckeye Scarlet. Just so much fun. I really enjoy this. I was stitching this one last night while I was watching Fixer Upper. The new season's out with Chip and Joanna of the Magnolia Network. I was watching Fixer Upper last night and stitched these two and some of the border. So much fun. But I am using all of the called for colors. They are Gentle Arts, Weeks Dye Works are primarily the colors. I think there's just one Weeks and it is whitewash. The rest are Gentle Arts. So I am using 1 strand of floss over 2 because this is 40 count. So on the assemblery, same thing. I'm using 1 strand and it's either over 2 or it's over 3, depending on the pattern. So this will be a lot of fun to stitch. This is the big piece of mallow that I have. I got this when I was at the Finishing Touch in Louisville, Kentucky. Another one of my favorite shops to go to. So I hope you can join us on that one. I love the Scarlet house. Everything about it. This piece is so much fun. And it's just so quick. Before you know, there's only, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 large motifs. The rest are just small motifs. So very quick, very easy. It's just a bigger piece. So it's just going to take a little bit longer, but each little motif is like a little finish. So that's a lot of fun. And then my other is a new start. It was not on my radar to start. My mother-in-law passed away on December 29th. And early in the morning. It was a little after midnight on the 29th. And I just had this feeling where I wanted to start something in her honor. And I pulled some pieces that I already had, either kitted or almost kitted. And I showed it to my husband and to my children and let them pick. I pulled out Blackbird designs, What Remains is Love. I pulled out a couple of other Blackbird designs, and I pulled out Indigo Lane by Brenda Gervais. And they picked Indigo Lane. And I'm not sure what it was that drew them to Indigo Lane, but that's the one that they all picked. So I started Indigo Lane on December 29th in honor of my mother-in-law. And I think the reason why my husband picked this one, he likes blue just as much as I do, but I think that house reminds him of the house that he grew up in, maybe. But something about Indigo Lane drew him to this. So I was texting my friend Celeste with, Celeste Creates is her FlossTube and her Instagram. I'll link them both below. And I was telling her, I'm starting a new piece today in honor of my mother-in-law. And she asked me which piece, and I told her, and she said, I have that piece. Can I stitch it with you? And I said, well, absolutely. That's wonderful. She's such a good friend. She said, I can't be with you and I can't do anything for you because she lives in Texas and I live in Tennessee, but I can stitch that with you. And I just thought that was the sweetest thing. So she and I are stitching. You are more than welcome to join us, but it's Indigo Lane, Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread. And here is what I have so far. It's not a very big piece. Let me keep it folded in half so that might make it easier for you to see. Here it is. I started up in the corner and I stitched this piece, and I had to stop because I was out of a couple of the colors. So I just got those in today. So this will be a piece I stitch on tonight. I had stitched the outline of the house and all the windows. I just need to now go in and fill in the door, the roof, and fill in the house and the flowers here and this motif up here. But Celeste changed some of her colors, so I need to play around with mine. I am stitching this on 32 count country mocha, not vintage country mocha, but country mocha. It doesn't have the modeling like the vintage country mocha does. So it's 32 count. The design calls for, the design calls for 40 count summer khaki. So I'm stitching this on 32 count country mocha. And I love it. What's not to love? I love blue. And I love that this is going to be a piece that we have in our house to be a memento of my mother-in-law. But Celeste changed one of the colors to Jaybird. She changed, let me see. And you can go and watch her video. She talked about it yesterday. She changed Summer Shower, which is this blue here, the lighter blue. She changed it to Jaybird. So I have Jaybird and I have Summer Shower. So I'm going to play around with it and see which I want. On her linen choice, the Summer Shower wasn't showing up. So I'm going to see what shows up on mine. And I also have Jaybird, and you know, I have all kinds of blue, so I can substitute anything. But I am using mostly the called for colors. So here they are, all these beautiful shades of green and blue and white. And here are the darker blues. So very sweet, very pretty, a couple of DMC colors. So this is just a very small piece. Hopefully I can have this finished soon, and I will definitely have this one framed, or I'll frame it myself, and it'll go in our living room or in my bedroom. This pattern also has a drum design. So very Quaker-esque style with the motifs. So lots of things that are very comforting to me. Blue, the motifs, and the bird, just so many things. I love it. Absolutely love it. And so that is what stitch alongs are all about. And it's not sometimes about homework or stitching along with a friend just because we feel like we have to do another project. It was very, very sweet that she said, I want to stitch that with you. And so we're stitching it together, and I just love seeing her progress. And it just makes me feel like I have a friend out there with me and she's been praying with me through a lot of things that have been going on lately. So thank you, Celeste, for your friendship. I really do appreciate it. So those are my whips that I'm going to share with you now. The others haven't been touched in a while. So that's quite a bit. I am also going to do a floss tube on my plans and my whip plans, my cross-stitching plans, and how I hope going forward this year in 2022 to keep things organized. Like I said, I have a lot of stitch-alongs coming up with Fat Quarter Shop and with Caterpillar Cross Stitch, in addition to personal stitch-alongs, and I want to make sure that I am organized and on top of it. And so I have hopefully a system that will make sense and maybe help you all too. If you have other projects that you have going on. So let's go into some of those. What do we want to do next? Let's do some of the other stitch-alongs that I have coming up. Okay, the first one is with Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and I'm going to insert some photos that they sent me to share with you all. I'm going to insert some of those as I talk. This stitch-along starts January 22nd. And it is going to be so much fun. The ladies with Caterpillar Cross Stitch, Sally and her crew, are wonderful. They have so many great projects and great designs on their website. Even though they are in London, they are quick to ship. I got this in no time, in less than a week. So what I love about this is if you are an Ada stitcher, this kit comes with Ada. So you can go on their website. This stitch along is called How Does Your Garden Grow? Inside the packet, you will have everything you need to stitch this project. I have not even seen the project yet. It is a mystery stitch along. But if you go to their website, they have this adorable needle minder, this gnome, garden gnome, all of these beautiful DMC flosses. How fun is this? I posted a picture on Instagram when I received this. It was so cute the way it's packaged. I love how each of the floss colors are numbered. So when we get our pattern, which will be a PDF, you'll get it emailed to you. Quick, easy, and it'll be chunked out, so we'll have this stitched in a few months. But they sent instructions on how to cross stitch if you're new to cross stitching. This beautiful Aida linen fabric and a needle. So much fun. I cannot wait to start this mystery stitch along. I have never done a mystery stitch along, which sounds fabulous to me. Just the excitement of that. So I hope you can join us. Again, this starts on January 22nd, and you can go directly to their website and order from them. And even if you don't get your pieces in by the 22nd, it's okay. It's just like with any stitch along. Stitch what you can, when you want, and how you want, and it'll be fine. So Caterpillar Cross Stitch has a website. It's www.caterpillarcrossstitch.com. It'll all be linked below. And I will also continue to insert some more photos for you. So the finished size is going to be, let's see, I am stitching mine on 14 count Aida. So it's going to be 10 by 12. You also have the option of 16 count Aida, which is, that will make it 8.8 by 10.6 inches. It also comes with your DMC. It comes with your the instructions, and the needle minder is a separate purchase, but he's so cute. You have to add that to your little list. But the stitch size, or the stitch count, is 140 by 170. So lots of fun. How does your garden grow? It'll be a fun spring, summer stitch. So that is the first stitch along that I have coming up. The other one, all the others are with Fat Quarter Shop. We love Fat Quarter Shop stitch alongs, don't we? So there are two coming up. Actually, there's three, but two that I can share with you now. The first one is flea market baskets. And Fat Quarter Shop sent me everything that I'm about to show you. They sent me some things to share with you. So, flea market baskets, beautiful. This has already started. I have not started mine yet, but it started this month. Starts with the center. And the way Kimberly and her team have this chunked out, you can have this whole design finished and stitched by the end of the year. So this kit, it's a pretty big booklet. I think I'm going to have mine spiral bound, but it is all DMC. The kit comes, you can order the whole kit on their website. I'll link it below. Here's the I lost my words. The pattern. And then in here you have this fantastic floss keep. And I'm going to have, again, another video, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to organize all this. This is the floss keeper. And I'm going to put all of my DMC around it. So here's the DMC. Beautiful colors. Look at these colors. So happy. Happy, happy colors. And then I am stitching this on the, I want to make sure I have this straight. Yes, this is 25 count even weave vintage cloth. The color is Cloud. This is a Lori Holt fabric, a Zweigert base. And this is Cloud. This size is 19 by 27 inches, but it's 25 count. So all of this, you can click one button and have all of this ordered on Fat Quarter Shop. So I'm going to link that below. And that is flea market baskets. This one I'm excited about because I get to share the whole kit with you too. I have one to give away today. So this is the Vintage Housewife pattern, cross stitch pattern. And it has the DMC floss. I'm so sorry, I'm losing my words again. A needle minder. And again, Cloud, Lori Holt fabric, Cloud, 25 count. So cute. Let me take this out and show this to you. I love all these primary colors. But this is Vintage Housewife. And isn't that adorable? That apron in the middle. I just love this. I am going to start this one in the upper corner. So much fun. So cute. Okay, so those, I dropped something. Hold on one second. Those are some of the stitch-alongs with Lori Holt. Okay. Let me put this back up so I don't lose it. Okay. Now let me go into my haul and gifts. So I'm going to go ahead and apologize in advance because, as you can imagine, 1 month of me not sharing with you all, I have quite a bit of haul. Some of it was ordered a long time ago. Some of it came in. Some of these were gifts. And some of these were things I ordered when I was at the meet and greet in Johnson City, and they came in later. So I'm going to try not to overwhelm you all or myself. So I did receive quite a bit of Christmas cards, Christmas gifts, sympathy cards, and I want to let you all know that I received them all, and I thank you all so much. I apologize for not getting thank you cards out or for getting emails out to you all, but I'm just going to go through some of these cards very quickly with you. I received some of these today. This one is from Chris. She sent me this adorable Christmas card with some floss drops. My good friend Judy Whitman with JBW Designs sent me a beautiful sympathy card. Thank you so much, Judy. That your words are always just beautiful. Another Christmas card. I got this from Pat. This is Bless Your Heart for Being So Nice. This is from Denise and Miss Gracie. And Elna sent me this adorable, beautiful card. And I keep all of my cards. This one is from Patience. Thank you, Patience. You're so sweet. And a thank you card from Faith. And then my friend from Country Cottage Needleworks, Stacy, sent me a beautiful card and this pattern. I did get a Christmas card from Celeste. I'm not going to share it with you because it has a photo of her children. I don't know if she wants me to do that. Another card from, this one is from Judy, and it's this beautiful card with angels. I love these kinds of cards. My friend Chris from Chris Cross Stitch sent me a holiday card. And Christina sent me a beautiful cardinal. Eva sent me this adorable card too. So thank you all for those cards. I really do love each and every one of them. So let's go through some haul. This is going to be a little interesting. Oh, my friend Denise from Dot Dot Goose sent me some fabric, some fat quarter bundles. Some fun colors. And now my haul. I did get more bees and more fat quarter bundles. Hold on 1 second. And this Anna Bee pattern from Stitching with the Housewives, and this beautiful cross-stitched card. This is from Karen Young. Thank you so much, Karen. I really, really appreciate that. That is so sweet. And she wrote a really sweet note to go inside. So many sweet things. Okay, so who is ready to see? Oh, and then this. Isn't this beautiful? Look at all of this. I love this fabric so much. Okay. I promise I'm almost done. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, or it's not as much. Okay, so I promise there is a rhyme and a reason for a lot of these things. So when I was at Johnson City at Cross Stitch and Crafts, My good friend Bonnie, who is the Nebby Needle, she is a designer. If you have not looked at her designs, you need to go and look at her patterns. She's so talented. But she gave us a bundle of patterns, and some are for giveaways today. So thank you so much, Bonnie, for doing that. Before I forget, I am going to go ahead and pull a couple of these out for our giveaway. Okay, so there's that. She also gave me she makes these amazing strawberries with vintage quilts. So this is an adorable, huge strawberry that will definitely go on my sewing table. A floss drop and some counting pins. Great. If you are not familiar with counting pins, the technical use for them, other than just being decorative in a pin cushion, is if you're stitching something that has that's a long row, like for instance the borders of some of these samplers, and you keep losing count, these are great. Like if you want to count 10 or 20 at a time and use them to mark your space, so as you go through, you can keep track of how many stitches you have in. So counting pins, very beautiful. Thank you. So these are going to be fun to go through. I will definitely go through these and set some aside for giveaways in the future. Thank you, Bonnie. The Nebby Needle, I'll also list her below. So, like I said, quite a bit of haul. Now, I'm going to just go ahead and tell you some of these shops. Hollis Hands Creates from Etsy. Annabella's on Etsy. Fat Quarter Shop, and 123 Stitch, and Cross Stitch and Crafts in Johnson City, and Hoop and Frame. Those are the bulk of most of the stores that where these items have come from. I'll try to remember them as I go through, but some of them may not remember what came from where, but that's where all of these are from. So this is from Hollis Hands, and I ordered some linen from her, and I wanted to get some fiber on a whim. I've never stitched on fiber on a whim, but I was watching Brenda and Laura with Brenda and the Serial Starter, and they were talking about fiber on a whim a lot. So I ordered some from them. This is a latte, 36 count latte. And I thought this was a really good, pretty neutral and a nice size. I don't know if I told y'all, but I just feel like I'm wanting to build up my linen stash and my fabric stash, because I have so many patterns and floss that now I feel like if I want to start a project, it'd be good to be able to just pull it all right then and there. And if I have the linen, then I can do that. This is Cream and Sugar, 36 count, fiber on a whim. This is more of a cream base. It's a soft, light color. No modeling really to this one. Or not a lot. But 36 count, Cream and Sugar, fiber on a whim. And the fabric feels really good. It's not too soft that you feel like you can't hold it, but it's not too stiff that it's gonna pop off a hoop. And the last one I got from Hollis Hands is Cappuccino, also fiber on a whim, 36 count. So this one looks like it has a little bit more of a modeling to it. Can you see that? Really pretty colors. Okay. So let's see, the next one I got in Johnson City. This is 40 count Toasted Almond Fabrics by Stephanie. She also has a website, Fabrics by Stephanie, but sometimes she's a little bit back ordered. So a lot of shops will have her fabric. Cross Stitch and Crafts in Johnson City does. I know Keepsakes does in Cincinnati. This I bought specifically for Nottingham, which is a Kathy Barrick design that I bought in the fall. I wanted to go ahead and get some linen for that. So this one is, again, it's 40 count Toasted Almond, Fabrics by Stephanie. But I don't know if you can see that. It has a little tint of blue in the middle. I thought this would be good. I think somebody else was in the store kitting up the same project, and that's where I got I copied them. Don't tell them I did that, but I copied what they were doing. And it looked really pretty with all the colors on it. So when I decide to stitch that, I will share with you, but that's what this is for. My next one, I am so excited about this. I have wanted to stitch Harriet Goddard, 1817, Hands Across the Sea. I've been wanting to stitch this ever since I saw Brenda, from Brenda and Laura, Brandon the Serial Starter, stitch it. This is a beautiful pattern. So I bought the pattern when they were talking about it several months ago. Brenda's finished it. She stitched it. She already has it back from the framer. That's how long ago it's been. So I went ahead and bought the pattern. And when I went to Johnson City for the meet and greet last month, I took this with me because I wanted to kit it and get everything ready. Coincidentally, when I was there, I met someone who, she is the sweetest. Her name is Nita. I met Nita, and she was finishing it. All she had left to do was this bottom piece. And y'all, you can't tell this, but those deer, they're red with like this beautiful aqua color. I can't find the rest of my floss, but beautiful, beautiful colors. So different. But she was finishing it up, and I was like, I am so glad that I am seeing this in the flesh, and I'm seeing it in real life, because I just wanted to see it in person. So it was beautiful. So I did everything she did. So, and I'm missing some of my floss. Or maybe I'm not. I was waiting on some of my silks to come in. So they've come in, and I haven't checked. I think I have them all together, or they may be in this pile. But what Nita was stitching hers on was 37 count Russian tea cake, and it's a legacy linen. Legacy linen is my new favorite linen. And I mentioned it earlier when I was talking about the Assembly black stitch sampler I'm doing. It feels really good in my hand, and it's thick enough without feeling too thick. But this is the piece. This is 37 count Russian tea cake legacy linen. And I'm gonna hold it up for you. It's just a cream color, but I mean, it's called tea cake. I mean, it's beautiful. Very, very subtle. And these colors look beautiful. I got some floss away bags to put my silk in. So I wanted to show those to you too, but I haven't gotten this one ready to go yet. But these colors are beautiful. No, I don't have all the colors yet. I think they're in this pile somewhere, probably right there. So really pretty, really, really pretty. I have no idea. Yes, here are the others. I have no idea when I will get this started, but all I know is I have everything ready to go. Here are the other three colors. Look at these colors, these blues. These silks are so pretty. And everybody's told me that this is a pretty quick stitch. So very pretty. So Harriet Goddard, Hands Across the Sea. I'm using all the called for silks, and I'm using 37 count Russian tea cake legacy linen. So pretty. Have I said that? So pretty. Okay. I'm going to try to go faster. All right. I ordered the Houses of Hawk Run Hollow. This is a Carriage House samplings. I don't know when I will stitch this, but I have wanted this for a long time. And then I ordered from, this is from, I believe from Annabella's. I ordered the Putini When I Think of Winter. I think I had plans of stitching winter, and that didn't happen. So maybe by next year I'll have some winter. Here is Prairie Schooler February and Prairie Schooler Winter Wind. Okay, more from Johnson City. This is from when I was there. And the reason it's just like all this stuff is everywhere, so I don't mean to be out of order. But I got this polka dot fabric. This is, I showed it to y'all before. It's a JBW design that I'm going to stitch on this, and it has a bicycle on it. And it's so cute. I'm going to stitch it for Valentine's Day. But I don't have it with me to show you. But that's why I got this linen. This is to go with Indigo Lane. I needed this color. I was out of that. More from Johnson City when I was up there. I purchased the French Country Santa. And this is going to be so cute. This is Alphabet Hearts. And this is what it looks like. That is so cute for Halloween, for Valentine's Day. For Valentine's Day. Okay. Now, something else that I just fell in love with and I went ahead and kitted it is Plum Street Samplers This Joyous Season. Do y'all see that house? It's a plaid house. It looks like a plaid house to me. I'm sure it's not a plaid house, but it looks plaid to me. And I wanted this the second I saw it. It says, repeat the sounding joy. One of my favorites. So I have it, the floss ready. I don't know when I'll start this one, probably this summer. And then Sweet Nita, when I was there, talked me into getting a polar pack. Aren't they cute? And she sent me from her stash, they called for eucalyptus linen. Thank you, Nita. That was so sweet of you to do that. Also, while I was there, I took my Coming to America Brenda Gervais kit with me. Well, box with me. The box, if you bought the box, it has everything in it except for the linen and the, well, basically it just had the pattern. It had a needle minder in it and I think a bonus pattern. So while I was there, I went ahead and got all the floss for it. I already have linen that I'm going to use this on. I've decided that when I was in Las Vegas at Stitcher's Paradise, I met someone who was there from California, and she brought hers in and it was finished and it was beautiful. So I'm going to do what she did. I think she stitched it, I think it was 40 count. Maybe it was 36 count. Can't remember. Let me know. Send me a message. I think it was 36 count. So I got the linen, the floss to do that. I may pause this and we may have to do another video. I just don't want y'all to have to, I didn't want to do a mini series of Annie's back kind of a video, but that's what it's turning into. So I'm going to try to speed this up. I also ordered from Hoop and Frame. If you have never ordered from Hoop and Frame before, they're wonderful. This is a full kit that I am going to stitch. I have the PDF, but I haven't printed it yet. I am going to stitch Tomfoolery from Hands Across the Sea, and I'm stitching that with some friends, and I bought the kit. Oh, here's a photo of it. If I can't, I don't want to open this. I'm going to insert a photo of Tomfoolery here. But here are all the sulky threads with just some information. It's not the pattern. So you can buy the whole kit. I got the linen and the sulkies. Not sulky, Versoix floss, and it came with a sample of the fiber of the Legacy linen. It's 38 count. But Hoop and Frame, you can, if you're wanting to stitch a Hands Across the Sea, or they have lots of other kits available, they can sell you everything except for the pattern on most pieces. So that's what this is for. So I cannot wait to start Tomfoolery. I think that's going to be a March start for me. So as it gets closer, I'll share a little bit more information on that. But I ordered the whole kit because I wanted to go ahead and get things ready. Because as you all know, months go by fast and March will be here before we know it. I did get a bag from Creative Country Girl, Tammy Blaylock. She had these cute Christmas bags available. And then from 123 Stitch, I got some, and I'm sure this is, I'm doing a Barbara Anna Frida, Dreaming Frida. This is the floss for that. And I got some more linen, which is some vintage country mocha. And then this is super exciting. I love this. This is so pretty. I can't remember where I got it. I think I got this from Annabella's, but maybe somewhere else. But this is, I got the floss. And from the Heart Needle Arts by Wendy's, February Quaker. Just love those colors. This is February Quaker from the Heart Needle Art by Wendy. So if you're wanting to stitch something quick for February, that's beautiful. I love that pattern. I decided to join the Fat Quarter Shop's color pack, Aurifil color pack of the month. So that's what this is for. I'm wanting to build that collection of those. And a few more things. Like I said, I got the Floss Away bags. This is great for silk floss. What I learned when I stitched 'Tis the Season is I really needed to keep those silks in a bag to keep the silks protected. And I also got, almost done. Fat Quarter Shop, I ordered the Stitching with the Housewives half-yard bundle of their stitching stripes, or the Housewife stripes. So these are great for finishing. So many of their fabrics are great for finishing, mounting your finishes. Okay. And then, courtesy of Fat Quarter Shop, thank you so much, Fat Quarter Shop and Kimberly and team, we have a flea market baskets to give away. We have a vintage Housewives pattern to give away. We have a Farm Life. Isn't that adorable? Farm Life pattern. This wonderful bag and sticky notes. A needle minder. And the Bee in My Bonnet stitch card by Lori Holt with these 4 stitch packs. So these will be future giveaways as well. So thank you so much, Fat Quarter Shop. Okay. You ready for the giveaways from last week? So we had some giveaways from last week. So not last week, last month. I asked the question, what is your favorite holiday treat that your family likes to make? And so many of you gave me some wonderful ideas. A lot of you are making the same things that my family makes. So I enjoyed reading through all of those. So thank you so much for commenting. Let's go through who won. So if I call your name, please email me at theproperstitcher@gmail.com. I will get these in the mail to you. Everything has been mailed. I am caught up on all of my mailing. So thank you all so much for your patience. I am so sorry that it took me so long to get everything out, but when I say I put everything on hold, I put everything on hold. And the mail that I sent out yesterday was so crazy. It took me about 40 minutes in the post office. The postal worker and I became really good friends because I was there for a long time. So, but it was fun. I enjoy, I'm always one to make small talk with people, and especially if they're helping me and I'm in line or any kind of retail situation. So I go to the same post office, even though I have several options around me. I go to the same one because they're nice. They talk to me. They enjoy to chit chat with me too. So I like to go to that post office. So anyway, everything's been mailed. Hopefully you get them all. If I have missed anyone, and you don't receive it soon, please let me know. Do not ever hesitate to let me know if you do not receive something. And I appreciate so many of you told me, hey, I haven't gotten my package. Totally fine. It is not rude at all. I want you to let me know. You never know when something is going to get lost in the mail, or lost in my car, or I forget. I do this for fun, but I'm only human. I mean, I also forget things too. So please don't ever hesitate to let me know. Okay, so if I call your name, email me at theproperstitcher@gmail.com. Tell me what you won, tell me your name, and give me your address, and I'll send this to you. Please be 18 or older so you can give me your address. If you're not 18 or older, please don't give me your address. So here we go. Number 1 was Jack Frost Tree Farm, Douglas Fir. This goes to Adelaide, Adelaide, Ferrari, Ferreira. Number 2 was Harriet's Valentine Sampler. This was a Summer House Stitchworks. This goes to Youngblood Suze, Youngblood S-U-Z, and your name's Suzette. So Suzette. Number 3 is Rita Ryan. This is JBW Designs French Country Flower Basket. Number 4 is Country Cottage Needleworks Christmas Birdhouse. This goes to Laura T, the letter T. The next is the Dixie Sampler Hand Dyed Fabrics Butternut. This is 32 count. This goes to Diane Mazur, M-A-Z-U-R. The next is number 6. This goes to Karen Mosley. And number 7 is the Leisure Arts Christmas Portraits. This goes to Judith Avery. Okay, and then the next stack of giveaways for our 7,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, guys, for supporting my channel. Thank you for coming back every week. Thank you for sharing my videos with your friends. And thank you, most importantly, for your support. It's just been so much fun. I have enjoyed doing this. I've enjoyed getting to know you. And I am so thrilled to see how far we'll go with this. But in the meantime, I'm just having a good time getting to know you. So here we go. Here are our giveaways for this week. So what I would like for, hold please, I dropped something. What I would like for you to do is answer the following question. Here's how this works. Subscribe to my channel, like the video, comment below with the answer to this question, and I will draw the winner next Thursday. I will have some other videos come up for, like I said, some tutorials, but for the drawings, those will be on my Thursday videos, not on a special video. So, okay, these got out of order because I just dropped them. Okay, so I would like for you to answer the following question. We haven't done this one in a while, since I haven't been around in a while. Where do you like, I know, let's do this. Because I was about to say, where do you like to spend your stitchy money? But let's do, since we are celebrating 7,000 subscribers, what I know everybody has a list of floss tubers. I'm not asking you to tell me your favorite floss tuber, but tell me a couple of the floss tubers that you like to watch. I love to watch FlossTube, and I'm always looking for new floss tubers. So list below 1 or 2 of your floss tubers that you like to watch or that you're watching recently or this week. And if you are looking for a new floss tuber, I encourage you to go through and look through and read some of the comments to give you some ideas of other floss tubers out there. This community is wonderful. I have gotten to know so many people, so much love, so much support, and there are so many floss tubers out there, and I appreciate that. I know that you have so many options out there and that you continue to come back to my channel and to spend time watching me. I really do appreciate that. So let's share the love. Let me know who else you like to watch, and I will check them out as well. So here we go. Number 1 is from Stitch Etc. Kim Gavlik sent me to give to you a Ort container. This is a Valentine's theme Ort container. I've shown y'all these before. These you can hang on a magnetic board or by your stitching chair. You can either put your Ort threads in it as you snip it and need a little wastebasket, or I like to use mine when I am at retreats or by my chair to keep my scissors, to keep extra needles, all kinds of things like that in it, and my glasses. So I love this pattern. I love this fabric, and it is so cute. So that's number 1. Number 2 is from Bonnie, the Nebby Needle. This is one of her designs. This is a pattern. I cannot see it because it's called I Live in the Garden. It comes with beads, but here is I Live in the Garden. So cute, that little house. And it says, I live in the garden, I just sleep in the house. So if you're a gardener, it's such a cute little sampler. That is number 2. Number 2. Number 3 is also from Bonnie with the Nebby Needle, God Shed His Grace. And it is a patriotic stitch, America. That is number 3. Number 4 is the entire kit. Let me make sure. Yes, the entire kit from Fat Quarter Shop, the Housewives, the Vintage Housewives. You get the pattern, the 25 count even weave, the DMC floss pack, and the floss keeper is in here. The floss keeper is a big hard image of the pattern, and the needle minder. So that is number 4. Thank you, Fat Quarter Shop. Number 5, 2 opportunities for a $50 gift card to Fat Quarter Shop. So number 5 is 2 opportunities. So I will pull that number twice. So that is number 5, $50 gift card to the Fat Quarter Shop. Number 6 is also from the Fat Quarter Shop. This is Autumn Spice from their Stitch Quarterly. Autumn Spice. It's a cross stitch pattern. Number 7 is also from Fat Quarter Shop. 2 patterns, quilt patterns. One is Zurich, and the other one is Alpine Blooms. That is number 7. And the last giveaway is from me, and it is in theme with my scissor fob tutorial. I am going to give you a whole kit of everything you need to make your own scissor fobs. This is number 8. So you get the tool for crimping the beads, and go back and watch that video, and I will also do a blog post. You get the beading wire. You will get a package of lobster clasp, some beads, and I just picked some January kind of winter beads of snowmen in blue. And you can make several scissor fobs with this, and crimping beads and a pair of scissors. That is number 8. Everything you should need to make a couple of scissor fobs, actually. So those are our 9 giveaways for this week. I am planning on having a couple of other videos coming up. I'm going to do a sewing room tour. It's really not going to be a tour because there's not a big room. Sewing room tour. Let's see. I said I was going to do a stitch along video on all the stitch alongs, give you a little bit more detail on that and how I plan to keep it organized, either with my planner, my book of days, all of that kind of stuff. I'm going to do a tutorial on how I am going to finish my Valentine Amore heart from JBW Designs, and on the board from Stitch Etc. I also forgot to share with you, I am going to do a tutorial on how I attach Rickrack to a finished pillow. So this is a pillow I finished about 3 years ago, and I've never loved it. Just never liked it. My finishing is kind of, I was still learning. So this is Wordplay from Brenda Gervais. This is February. I mean, it's okay, but I didn't do anything with it. Well, I'm going to add this Rickrack to it. This is from Dames of the Needle. This is Teal Rickrack, and I'm going to show you how I attach it to a pillow. So I'm going to restuff this pillow, and then we're just going to do a tutorial on how I do the Rickrack around the pillow. So those are some of the tutorials I hope to have over the next week or so. I'm back. I'm going to get back on my Thursday schedules. So in the meantime, I really, really do appreciate all that you do for me. And please do not ever hesitate to email me with any questions you have. Leave me comments below. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Facebook. If you join my Facebook page, just to answer the questions so I know that you are one of my viewers. And I have a blog. It's theproperstitcher@theproperstitcher.com. Thanks again. I'll see you soon and have a wonderful weekend.